guys, this is Jacqui Cooper from J. Cooper Travels, as well as Love Travel Scotland. And today I have Mark here, and Yvette is on via her train. She's on one of her travel trips. And today we are going to be featuring Mark, who is in Scotland, and his wonderful studios partially behind him and all of his artwork. Mark, thank you so much for being on again. I know that you were with us one other time, and this is going to be an ongoing series because you travel around Scotland, and you're a visual storyteller and a visual artist. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us more about your business?
Hi, Jackie. Thanks again for having me. Yeah, so this is my studio space just north of Glasgow. I do travel through Scotland, but painting mainly at the moment in my area, which is the Scottish Central Belt. And it's a lovely area. I just can't get enough of the scenery. So doing lots of paintings, landscapes, but I also work as a portrait artist also.
So I'm about to pull up one of your pieces that we're going to be talking about today. Do you want to introduce it and share with others more about, you know, how you decide what locations to, you know, what inspires you, that type of thing as an artist?
Sure. This first painting is called From the Road Above Blainfield. And Blainfield is a small village just near another place called Strathblain. Again, just north of Glasgow, we have the fantastic countryside where we have the Campsie Fells. And this was a painting created around just after, around about springtime, let's say. And the luscious colours were starting to come back into the countryside. The Campsie Fells that you see in the background, the range of hills with the lovely outcrop called Dumgoyne, is bathed in sunlight and very warm colours on this hillside, with the bracken and the other vegetation on the hill. Really inspired me to paint this with bright colours. I love using intense colour and putting the paint on fairly quickly. This is an oil painting. It's actually just above my head here on my wall at the moment, and recently completed. The paint's just dry. It measures around about 60 centimetres square.
So I see, sorry to interrupt, I see that there's this little house all the way in the corner down there. It's the details of how you create, you know, I'm just blown away by it, because you can, when I'm looking at this, I can kind of feel the motion of some of the brush and the trees and things like that. So it's wonderful. Now, if someone wanted to obtain one of your pieces, how would they be able to do that?
They can contact me through my website. My website's markmulhollandartist.co.uk. They can also browse my work by visiting my Instagram or Facebook pages. I am at MBM Artist. MBM is how I sign my paintings. Mark Bernard Mulholland is my full name, so I have that MBM in the corners of my artwork. This is another painting of Dumgoyne. This was sunset over Dumgoyne. We get fantastic sunsets here in Scotland, as I'm sure you get everywhere in the world, but they really show off Scotland beautifully. And the way the light hits the Campsies and the hill of Dumgoyne is gorgeous. Tucked down, you can't really see it from this angle, but just at the foot of Dumgoyne Hill, you have the distillery. I called it by Dumgoyne Distillery. It's actually called Glengoyne Distillery, whiskey distillery, and a beautiful landscape. This was painted around about autumn into winter, so frost on the ground, and things are looking a little bit colder with the fir trees in the background.
Now, I know that some of the distilleries actually have tours, and they
Yeah.
have whiskey tours. So for those that are traveling to Scotland and decide that you would like to do any of the fun tourist activities, these are, you know, it's definitely possible. I know that you you do a lot of landscapes, but you also do portraits and other things. I know that those are also, I can see them in the background. So if someone has an interest in doing something, having you do something other than landscapes, do you, how would someone contact you again and kind of reach out to you about that?
Yeah, I paint, like you say, a variety of things, and I just love painting. The subject matter is something that allows me to express then what I'm looking at in a painterly sense. But people can get in contact with me again through my website or by email, markmulhollandartist@gmail.com, and I work with them to decide what the subject would be, the size, the medium, the materials that we use, if it's a drawing or a painting. And in terms of working with people, if they're in the area, they can come to my studio. If not, then we can work remotely by Zoom or by a Skype call or something like that. But also I can be working from photography, as long as those show the subject to the best of their ability with regards to the way the subject is lit. So it's everything is doable in the current climate. You know, with technology, it's all possible.
It's amazing these days. I mean, I know that, you know, so many years ago when we didn't have the ability to do Zoom or the internet, I mean, you had to only be able to face or, you know, that in-person type of situation. Now, globally, you'll be able to work with different people. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to suggest to everyone who's listening on the podcast to subscribe to the podcast. Also go over to Jacqui Cooper Travels and subscribe to the YouTube section as well. That way you can actually see all the visuals, because if you are listening on the podcast and you are not enjoying all the beautiful artwork that we're seeing on the YouTube video go over and subscribe. Mark actually is going to be having a series because he is a wonderful artist and he's done so many things over the course of his time that we're highlighting different pieces. So again, look at the block of information above the podcast. His information will be there. Right now, our goal is, to be honest and transparent, is to get the subscribers on the Jacqui Cooper Travels up to 1,000, because at the time that we have 1,000 subscribers, I'm able to actually put Mark's direct website there. So everyone who's listening, please help us get that to 1,000. And then the next level will be even higher. But right now it's just so that way you don't have to kind of cross hop to get over to me, to get over to Mark. So thank you so much, Mark, for being here. I look forward to talking and featuring your next piece of art. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jacqui. That's great.